You are listening to the audio production of The Greatest Gift, Unwrapping the Full Love Story of Christmas by Voskamp, published by Tyndale Momentum. This book is read by the author. To gain free access to the exquisitely designed ornaments featured in this book to adorn your own majesty tree, please visit https://www.tyndale.com/sites/greatest gift/ and type in code, all caps, Jessie, Jesse. Your invitation to unwrap the gift. Big and glossy and loud and fast, that's how this bent-up world turns. But God, when he comes, he shows up in this fetal ball. He who carved the edges of the cosmos, curved himself into a fetal ball in the dark, tethered himself to the uterine wall of a virgin and lets his cells divide, light splitting all white. He gave up the heavens that were not even large enough to contain him and lets himself be held in hand. The mystery so large becomes the baby so small. An infinite God becomes infant. The giver becomes the gift, this quiet offering, this heart beating in the chest cavity of a held child, a thrumming heart beating hope, beating change, beating love, beating the singular song you've been waiting for, that the whole dizzy planet's been spinning round waiting for. Waiting. Advent. It comes from the Latin. It means coming. When you open the pages of Scripture to read of his coming, of this first Advent, before you ever read of the birth of Jesus, you always have the genealogy of Jesus. It's the way the gift unwraps. You have Christ's family tree before you have a Christmas tree. If you don't come to Christmas through Christ's family tree, and you come into the Christmas story just at the Christmas tree, this is hard to understand the meaning of his coming. Because without the genealogy of Christ, the limbs of his past, the branches of his family, the love story of his heart that has been coming for you since before the beginning, how does Christmas and its tree stand? Its roots would be sheared, its meaning would be stunted, the arresting pause of the miracle would be lost. Because in the time of prophets and kings, the time of Mary and Joseph, it wasn't your line of credit, line of work, or a line of accomplishments that explained who you were. It was your family line. It was family that mattered. Family gives you context, and origin gives you understanding, and the family tree of Christ always gives you hope. The coming of Christ was right through families of messed up monarchs and battling brothers, through affairs and adultery, and more than a feud or two, through skeletons in closets and cheaters at tables. It was in that time of prophets and kings, the time of Mary and Joseph, that men were in genealogies and women were invisible. But for Jesus, women had names and stories and lives that mattered. The family tree of Christ startlingly notes not one woman, but four. 4 broken women. Women who felt like outsiders, like has-beens, like never-beens. Women who were weary of being taken advantage of being unnoticed and uncherished and unappreciated. Women who didn't fit in, who didn't know how to keep going, what to believe, where to go. Women who had thought about giving up. And Jesus claims exactly these who are wandering and wondering and wounded and worn out as his. He grafts you into his line and his story and his heart, and he gives you his name, his lineage, his righteousness. He graces you with plain.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?